Behavioral theory of leadership is a big leap from trait theory, as it was developed scientifically, by conducting behavior-focused studies. The theory emphasizes that leadership capability can be learned, rather than being inherent. This theory is based on the principle that a leader's behaviors can be conditioned in a manner that one can have a specific response to specific stimuli. Behavioral theories of leadership, also known as the style approach to leadership. These theories focuses on the behavior of the leader, and what leaders do and how they act. In the 1940s, two parallel studies on leadership were in progress. One based on traits displayed by leaders, another on the behaviors exhibited by leaders. Traits theory assumes that leaders are born, rather than made. Trait theory concentrates on what the leaders are. Great man theory and traits theory are focused on intrinsic personal characteristics. Behavioral theories are based upon the belief that great leaders are made, not born. Behavioral theories concentrate on what leaders do. Behavioral approach is based on the leader's beliefs, values, and interpersonal relations. Considers the leader's attitude, behavior, opinion, and concern about his followers and organization. Studies leadership behavior from the point of view of motivation, supervision, and authority. Behavioral theories assume that specific behavioral patterns of leaders can be acquired. People can learn to become leaders through teaching and observation. What are behaviors? Behavior is the range of actions and mannerisms made by organisms, systems, or artificial entities in conjunction with their environment, which includes the other systems or organisms around, as well as the physical environment. What is human behaviors? Human behavior refers to the range of behaviors exhibited by humans, and which are influenced by culture, attitudes, emotions, values, ethics, authority, rapport, hypnosis, persuasion, coercion, and genetics. In humans, behavior is believed to be controlled primarily by the endocrine system and the nervous system. Behaviors can be either innate or learned. Human behavior is experienced throughout an individual's entire lifetime. It includes the way they act, based on different factors, such as genetics, social norms, core faith, and attitude. Behavior is impacted by certain traits each individual has. The traits vary from person to person, and can produce different actions or behavior from each person. What is behavioral theory of leadership? Behavioral theory of leadership is a leadership theory that considers the observable actions and reactions of leaders and followers in a given situation. Behavioral theories focus on how leaders behave and assume that leaders can be made, rather than born. Successful leadership is based on definable, learnable behavior. Behavioral theories of leadership are classified as such because they focus on the study of specific behaviors of a leader. For behavioral theorists, a leader behavior is the best predictor of his leadership influences, and as a result, is the best determinant of his or her leadership success. These theories concentrate on what leaders actually do rather than on their qualities. Different patterns of behavior are observed and categorized as styles of leadership. This area has probably attracted the most attention from practicing managers. The concept of behavioral leadership was a result of many leadership studies. The first and foremost study on leadership was carried out by a psychologist, Kurt Lewin, and his associates in 1939. Lewin identified different styles of leadership, viz. autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire leadership. Subsequently, many research studies could be categorized under the heading of the behavioral approach, leading to the identification of various leadership styles and their correlation with measures of effectiveness. The three studies that can be said to be strongly representative of the ideas in this approach are: the first one is Ohio State Studies. The second one is the Michigan Studies. The third important study is the Studies by Blake and Moodin. During these behavioral studies, researchers focused on specific behaviors of leaders. What leaders do, the actions leaders take, the leader's core values, the leader's belief system, and how leader manages interpersonal relations. These studies identified two key leadership styles. First being, orientation toward task. In this style, task behaviors by leader facilitate goal accomplishment and help the team to achieve its objectives. The second style is the orientation toward people. In this style, relationship behaviors of leader help team members feel comfortable with themselves, with each other, and with the situation in which they find themselves. All product names, logos, and brands are property of their respective owners. All company, product and service names used in this course are for identification purposes only. Use of these names, logos, and brands does not imply endorsement. Course uses royalty-free stock images and music. Thank you for watching or downloading our training material. If you need copies of this material for corporate training or commercial use, please contact info@technofunk.com for further details. To watch our free videos, visit us at www.youtube.com/technofunk.